Namaste yogis, welcome back to my Vinyasa class. So in today's Vinyasa session we are going to work on sun salutation. So the first question that comes in our mind is, why do we practice sun salutation? So my answer is, we do sun salutation to honoring the god sun to receive positive energy through some dynamic asanas in a sequence. So I have divided this sun salutation into three parts: beginner, intermediate and advanced. So when I'm talking about beginner person, which I mean the person who has lack of flexibility and lack of strength. So in order to start the class, the beginner person can use props, which I mean to say blocks, straps and blanket. In case if you don't have blocks, you can use books, and instead of straps, you can use your belt. So let's start the class with Om chanting in a sitting position. So if a person who has tight hip flexor, they can use a blanket underneath their hip. Like this, you can use blanket, and in case you have lower back issue or problem, you can use a wall. You can take a support with your wall. So let's start with a simple cross-leg position. So I'm giving you an option here. You can place your hands on the knees or over your lap. So let's start. Gently place your hands over your lap. You can close your eyes. Stay there for a moment. Now slowly take a deep breath in and exhale slowly from the nose. Still. Again, inhale and exhale. Few more breaths. With the next inhalation, try to lift your heart up, and as you exhale, slowly drop your heart down. Nice and slow. Don't rush your breathing. Now with your next inhalation, you can bring your both palms here to heart center, and exhale slowly, relax your shoulders down, nice and slow. Prepare yourself for 3 Om. Take a deep breath in. Now as you exhale, inhale. Inhale. Try to feel the vibration of Om. Don't hold your breath. Keep breathing. Nice and slow. No stress. Inhale. Exhale out. Inhale. And exhale out. One last breath in this posture. Take a deep breath in. Now as you exhale, slowly down your forehead, gently open your eyes. Namaste. So before starting the sun salutation, I will prefer you to do the proper warm-up. So I am skipping the warm-up session. So let's start with the front of your mat in a standing position. So let's start sun salutation A of Ashtanga. So you have to come in front of your mat by taking a 1 feet distance from top of your mat, like this. So the first beginner mistake which I found is the person who has knocked knees like this, when your knees are touching each other, like here you can see my knees are touching each other. So I have a modification for you guys. You can open leg with hip width apart like this. Don't go for too far, just align with your hip distance. So this is the first modification you can use in your sun salutation A. So let's start. So I'm using the modification here by taking a gap of with hip width distance. So stay here, you can roll your shoulders back, slowly drop your shoulders down, look forward, don't drop your neck like this. Lift your chin up, look forward, breathe, and exhale, release. Now with your next inhalation, lift your hands up from the sideways, joint your palm over your head, look up towards your big thumb. So another modification for beginner here, you don't need to extend your spine like this, because as this is a beginner space, so I know like in the beginning you don't have that much of flexibility or that much of strength on your lower back. So you don't need to extend your lower back. Just try to lift your heart up and keep looking towards your head, not forward, not backwards. Sorry. Now from here, inhale, lift up your hands, look up towards your thumb. Avoid this mistake, stay here. And as you exhale, first try to bend your knee and send your hip backward by placing your hand from the sideways. Keep extending your spine. Don't make a curve like this. Try to extend your spine and bend your knee as much as you can, because this is the beginner series, guys. Go forward. So here here is a modification for you guys. You don't need to place your hand by the sideways. You can place your hand on a shin bone. So here, you have to place your hand here, not on the knees. Because what happens when you place your hand on your knees, you are giving too much pressure on your joint. So you have to avoid placing your hand on your knees. So the modification is you can place your hands over your shin bone. And another modification with the prop, you can use the blocks here. And try to place your block from the sideways, not on the front ways, because you are not doing half forward foot. This is full forward foot. So try to place your blocks by the sideways. So here again, according to your comfort zone, you can minimize the gap of the block. So let's start. So I'm using a block here. As you exhale, keep sending your hip backward, not forward, Send your hip backward and extend your spine. Slowly drop your elbow on the blocks. Exhale. Now inhale for Ardha Uttanasana. Look forward. Same modification, guys. Don't need to place your hands on the knees. Keep looking forward. Breathe. And now remove your blocks. We are moving to Chaturanga Dandasana. By placing your hands by the sideways, slowly walk back for Chaturanga. Lean forward, bend your elbow. So this is the proper Chaturanga Dandasana. So I know this is the beginner series and you don't have that much of shoulder strength. So I have first modification for you by dropping your knees. The same thing, look here, forward. As you're going back to the Chaturanga, you can drop your knees down and slowly lean forward, bend your elbow. Again, if this feels you too much stress, so you can use blocks here. So I'm using block here. Same thing, same concept. Keep dropping your knees down and slightly lean forward and drop your elbow on the block and look forward. So this is a simple modification for Chaturanga Dandasana. So now from here, slightly shift your weight forward and lift up your spine, extend your elbow here. In upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha. So in case if you don't have that much of strength on the lower back, you don't need to extend your elbow. I have a modification for you guys. You can drop your elbows down and look forward. Breathe. Now touch your toes in. Slowly take your time and go back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha. Breathe in and breathe out. So what happens in downward facing dog for the beginner person, they don't have that much of flexibility on the hip flexor and hamstring. So guys, I have modification for you. So what you have to do in this position, if you don't have that much of hip flexibility, so you can lift your heels up and try to bend your knees and keep touching your abdomen on your quadriceps. Like this. And one more thing guys, don't drop your hip back. Keep lifting your hip. So this look like this. Okay, avoid this mistake, this. Stay here. And one more mistake I found while doing downward facing dog for beginner, they try to curve their spine. So you don't need to curve your spine. Try to extend your spine as much as possible. Breathe, few more breaths here. And slowly by taking a deep breath in, come forward for Ardha Uttanasana. So here I am not using a block. I am placing my hand on a shin bone by using a modification. Look forward. Exhale, full forward. Inhale. Slowly come to the center, inhale, reach high, and exhale, release. So these are the modifications for beginner in sun salutation. So you can use blocks, you can use strap, or you can use your body parts for modification according to your strength, according to your practice. That's it for today guys. So in our next session we are going to work on intermediate and advanced. So until then, namaste, keep breathing.